Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And away we go at the link. This makes it up to the 25. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain. We'll pause after that first snap of the game. Gonna need to adjust their game plan because that is their running back who's hurt and getting some help. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They run. It's the rookie from Louisiana. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. Bengals into the nickel set, 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Trying to get it with the option here. Escapes the defender. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts has it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they face 2nd down. Motion man left is Brown. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Completed to his running back. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
It's a gain of 5.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, we're already seeing his leg's going to be a factor in this contest. But I'll tell you what, Kate, if pressure's going to be on him like that, he's going to have to put his running back cape on and really use his ability to escape and keep things moving forward.
So Rigoberto Sanchez, the man who will send this flying on 4th down. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. A couple of interceptions. He's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Bengals have a 1st down. Running it now out of the gun. Crashes through a tackle. Ooh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that 1st down carry. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
First down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Cincinnati.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Going play action here. Burrow. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hope for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber of defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 3rd down, they need 7.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. That's taken at the 15. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And no one has been better than him at finding the end zone through the air all year. He's leading this league in passing touchdowns late in our season. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Connecting on the slant. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. 3rd and long for him here. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, he just took his medicine.
Starts the return at the 34. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. The Eagles and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. And with precious little time remaining in our season, he's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. They go play fake with Hurts. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to keep moving forward, Bob, down inside the opposing 30. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Devontae Smith. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
And again, here's Hurts. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is...
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Eagles go up 6-0 here in the 1st. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Bengals nothing.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And he's one of the best in the league this season. Still the guy that everybody is chasing in passing yards. Look at that. Up over 3,000 of them to this point. Burrow on first down. Cut out left. And this one does not go far. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Second and 8 at the 26-yard line.
It's another first down mistake. He's intercepted again. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Throw left side, caught by Brown. And they get this down to the 28. Coming to the line, this is first and 10.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for the Eagles. First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Second and 10, still at the 28. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Hurts trying again on second down. That's going to be incomplete. First time he's looked his back's way this game, but no results yet.
Brings up third down.
On third down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they will be on the verge of a touchdown here, partners. He pushes this down to the 5-yard line.
A gain of 22 yards. And an Eagles.
Gonna run with Barkley. How about this? He can't even get past the line of scrimmage. No challenge for the end zone here. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. He gets it again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. Couldn't get it the last 2 snaps. Another shot at 6 here on third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
Hurts now from the gun. Bengals get to him and take him down. And the defense are down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. From the same spot as an extra point here, 32 yards. Elliott connects there. And that will add to their score.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Starting from the 5. Things going well so far. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They now trail by double digits after that last score, Brock. It's 10-0 partway through here. Burrow now on first down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jahan Campbell makes the play. Bengals are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, what better way to follow up one interception than by getting back out there and picking off another on the first play of the very next drive.
And think of all the work the offense just did on the sideline to try and recover. Okay, let's put together a good plan. Here's your adjustment. And in just one play, you flush it all down the toilet.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They'll have a shorter field ahead of them now, Brock. That pick sets them up just shy of the 40. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Here's a design run. Hurts. Now this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 2.
Hurts on 3rd and 2. Hits him on the out route. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They go play action. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Has a man. It's Brown. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
It's a gain of 8.
Air it out on 3rd. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Elliott connects there. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Coach Zach Taylor getting his Bengals out there for their next drive. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense has eaten, it's been a tough watch. I know coordinator, quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Burrow from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
1st down. An 8-yard pickup. And the Bengals 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Eagles' 49-yard line.
Burrow gets it out wide quick. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
And the Bengals...
Offense is set. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Burrow on the play action. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate. Now, we got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again. Find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Here he goes, third and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And this drive has come to a screeching halt. 3 straight sacks. That brings up fourth down.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family, because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Ryan Rico headed back out for the punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Just 1 minute, 55 seconds left as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The Eagles with the lead here at the Link. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. A motion to tight end left. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. All set to go now from the 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hurts on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Smith, incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the
2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Hurts looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Gain of 4 yards. That's good for the Eagles. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hurts tucks it, starts running. And a power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Here's Hurts. Oh, the football's loose. And now the Bengals have it. Excellent return here as they get the football, and they're going to take over on the opposing side of midfield.
How about the quick thinking and the reaction from everybody on that side of the ball? See an opportunity to rip the ball free, and then everybody switches to offensive mode, creating space on that return. And now they're handing the ball to their teammates on a silver platter for a score.
So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They have time to look to the end zone first here before they send the field goal unit out. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Taken in by Chase, left side. Small gain down to the 23. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
4 yards on the pickup.
We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the shotgun. Burrow. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals get their first points of this game just before halftime. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals get it back to within 6.
13. Bengals 7.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
Their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Finds Barkley underneath. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half.
First down.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
46-yard line.
He'll throw it. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He's back to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Now, apologies to our buddy Scott Hansen. We're going to catch up with you after this one, Scott. We're going to jump past halftime, get you right back to the start of the second half. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they finally stop him, but not before he picked up 7 on that 1st down run. After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. Burrow's going to sneak it. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
There's a dive up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Brought in right side. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Lone back gets the handoff. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Antonio Brown back-to-back plays. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 30.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down throwing for Hurts. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's second and 10.
Second and 10.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
A.J. Brown, incomplete. Brings up a third down and 10 yards.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On third down, it's Hurts. That's the first down, and he's still going. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
And an Eagles first down. First and 10.
Hurts yet again. Fits it through the middle. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's another Eagles first down.
Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
And they're going to have first and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
A gain of 23 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Barkley is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another. And the fortunate...
And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
You spend all week on two-point plays, trying to get to your best options, but ultimately sometimes the execution of that pass, it doesn't work.
Has this at the 6. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. And they pick him off again. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles take possession of the football.
4 picks, 1 game, yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Head coach Nick Sirianni readying the Eagles for their next series. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, second and 10. They go play action. Here's Hurts. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
At the 17-yard line.
From the red zone on first. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Hurts trying again on second down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
For A.J. Brown.
He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. To the air on 3rd and long. That one's incomplete in the end zone. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that 1st down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they've made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
Elliott connects there. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And the question out there is, Brock, how early and often are they going to try passing here after they were picked off on the previous drive?
Well, I think the answer to that is how much trust does this play caller have in his quarterback? We're going to get to find out right now.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, a very minimal gain.
That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Burrow from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. 3rd and just 2 to go.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Hits him on the out route. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do. Trailing here in the 4th. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, it's Burrow. Brought in. And that's going to be an 8-yard gain, it looks like, as it puts them in goal to go. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. And he is going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th. Now we're going to have a break in the action. One of the Bengals in some pain. They're going to go out to look at him. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Motion man right is Smith. First down, a run with Barkley. The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
The 24-yard line.
Tight end going in motion here. Hurts now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Throw here, 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Eagles, first down. 1st and 10 at the
Year after year, the
37-yard
best
line.
offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Brings up a
Ball and
third
defender
down
arrived at
and
the
10
exact
yards
same
to
time
go.
there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Running back sent in motion. And again, here's Hurts. It's on target to Johnson. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Decided to keep it, but couldn't escape the pressure there. They catch it behind the line.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Hurts looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for no gain. I wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Pass complete to Goddard. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Eagles, first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Barkley with the pistol again. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 12.
3rd and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Elliott connects there. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. It's an option right that begins this drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework, and they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
The left side caught by Higgins. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A loss of 7 yards. Another 3 and out.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Ball is out. Burrow lost it. And it's recovered by the offense, but Brock gets 4th down. And only the fumbler can advance it, so this is still going to be a turnover on downs. Head coach Nick Sirianni readying the Eagles for their next series. And I'm having a little deja vu here, partner. We have seen this before. The offense headed out with a lead in this second half, thanks in large part to the turnovers generated by their defense.
Season after season, go ahead and look at the end of the year. The teams with the best turnover margin are typically the best teams in the league, and this team's making them pay yet again.
So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Now Hurts. Caught by his fullback behind the line. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Hurts now on 3rd and goal. He's going for it himself. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker Jake Elliott for the try. The 27-yard look here. Elliott connects there, and then extends their lead to 14.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Fielded at the 7. Decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Cincinnati in the formation. It's 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Dumped off to his running back. And this one doesn't go far. Working quickly here.
To number 25. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Connects on the crosser. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Bengals losing by 14. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Burrow to the air now. Running right side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line.
At the 45-yard line.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Completed over the middle. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Throwing now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Desperation time here. He connects downfield. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out.
First down. A gain of 13 yards.
On first down, here's Burrow. Cut out left. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. Need to work as quick as he can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Again, it's Burrow. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and then he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Stick it in the air. It's Burrow. Completed to his running back. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle the line.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here he is to throw. This connects with Higgins. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
First down.
To the air again. It's Burrow. That one connects. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Number 88. A pickup of 2. Brings up
Burrow from the gun.
at the 4-yard line.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get back to 5 yards. Looking to throw it. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Now Burrow leading his Bengals up as they go for 2.
The Bengals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Setting up to pass. It's caught! And he'll get into the end zone to make this a 1-score game in the 4th quarter.
Bengals 22.
Well, Brock, the run's certainly an option as they lined up for 2, but as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you spent all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it. But there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game. And good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation. That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we could take one more knee and celebrate.
So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league.